First thing is the vision or the results that need to be accomplished. It's real simple. What do you want to actually have happen, the results? What's going to get in the way? This is something that people miss out on a lot. What are the actual barriers to that? As well as what are your strategies then? How are you going to get around it? If you don't address the problems, if you don't lay them out, write them down, talk about them with the team, you're not going to get anywhere. Next step, almost everyone gets right. Allocation. Assigning accounts, classifying them, setting them up, that part of things. This is where people fail most of the time or just don't even get there, is the planning. Best practice is set up a list so that every week you review who's overdue and make a plan to see whatever the number is of people next week. Quality calls that are based on your definition. Collection, most people get the first part of this right. We're collecting the information about who we're talking about, but they don't go further and define what is an actual contact with a customer, so they don't get the information that's of value. If you clearly define it and work with people on that, you'll improve the quality of their calls and what's going on with them. Collaboration is kind of a no-brainer, but a lot of people skip this. Identifying what is it that's happening in the collection process of the information that should be shared with other people. You guys have ISG, you've got parts and service people that are contacting customers, managers are in touch with them. There's a lot of data that they should all be aware of and should be sharing. So make sure that that can happen through the system. It doesn't require additional entry or phone calls. Coaching, you'll notice that the curve starts to go up dramatically here. Driving towards insight. And the reason for this is that coaching is where you start to get the perspective. When I say coaching, I mean it's talking about what we're going to do next and why and setting objectives. If each one of you, I'd ask you to personally, you don't need to show hands, but think about how many people in your organization actually plan who they're going to go see, what they're going to provide to them, and then also get somebody else's perspective on that. There's real value in that. A lot of people say, oh, well, that takes too much time. You go look at what the top producing organizations do out there that cut the number of calls in half to make a sale, improve their closure rate by up to 25%, and a whole assortment of other things like becoming the preferred vendor or solution provider. There's two simple things. They plan and they work with a peer or a manager on those things. They actually set that time aside. It's proven. Final thing is innovative solutions. What starts to happen naturally out of this is you start to see, back to the solution selling, you start to create packages, or you start to see how customers fit together, or you can provide certain solutions that maybe your competition does not provide. There are unique ways that you apply what you have to them, and you'll start to see that resonate with certain people, and you can start to reuse that. 4 main things that have to be in place at each one of these pillars. You can't just do the pillar thing and set up the plan. It has to be in this format, otherwise it doesn't work. You need to know what the result is. You need to have a strategy. If you implement that strategy, you need to know what the benefit is going to be. This is really critical, and a lot of people skip this. What are you actually going to get out of it? What are your people going to get out of it? And then you need to be able to measure it. And this is usually where people stammer a little bit. They go, okay, I'm going to ask these people to load in calls and opportunities, but what is the measurement of success going to be? Is it a higher closure rate? Is it the simple aspect that we have visibility to the opportunities now and the deals and we can make better decisions? It can be a variety of different things. It depends on what the problem or issue is that you're addressing.